Show me how. Okay, I'm going to show you how to scrape or show you the difference between painted acoustic and non-painted acoustic ceiling. Okay? I showed you in another video of mine that it's a lot more difficult to scrape painted acoustic ceiling. I was having a battle with it versus unpainted. So this is a perfect example because as you can see, this is the upper peninsula on the kitchen in one of my other videos that you will see that never got painted, the acoustic. And so I was battling, and what I was telling you folks was that with the painted acoustic ceiling, that you would have to let the water sit a lot more. Definitely use a garden hose versus the unpainted acoustic. So right here is painted, and right here is unpainted. And you will see the difference. I've already done a small portion here. There's no residue left, meaning leftover material that you've been battling against, like right here, because somebody painted the acoustic, which is not a good idea. Not to mention it wasn't a great idea when they decided to use it on homes. So I want you to see this firsthand. And all you have to do is just let it sit a minute with a little bit of water. Now the other technique that I told you was scrape the top coat of the acoustic, re-squirt it so the water could penetrate inside, okay? And you'll see what's happening here with this acoustic. And I'll try to get up closer for you here so you can get a better idea of what's going on. Okay, you can see how there's no residue. See up in here? There's no residue. It's a clean, smooth surface versus all these little residue spots over here, okay? So what I'll do is pan it back and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So I thought this was a perfect example because it's not too common where you're going to get an unpainted surface adjacent right next to an unpainted surface. But in this kitchen, because it was bizarre that they even had acoustic in the kitchen, okay, I could explain this to you. You can see right now, you see how it's falling off like it should? Now if I had dragged a garden hose in here, okay, the garden hose, oh, this stuff would be falling off. Look at that. Look how smooth, like a baby's butt, okay? Look at this, all right? Now watch this. Look at this, look. What? You can't even scrape it off because some dingling wanted to paint their acoustic. The time they painted it, they should have scraped it off. So you see the difference? So here's what you want to do. And again, I showed this on my other video. The only way to really attack this is scrape the top off, the top, and then come back and squirt it down. But you're not going to be able to squirt it down with this very well. You really need to get a garden hose in here. But because I'm demoing this kitchen for educational purposes, I'm doing it with the smaller, just your little typical squirt bottle. See the residue? All this residue here. This is all residue from when I scraped this before, okay? And what I can do is probably, all right, see it's finally coming off because it had been scraped before. Now see, you can hear that. Okay? And this is the leftovers after I battled with it for a long time. See? I was good. See that? See? Believe me, it's not fun. Alright? But I'd already scraped the top. So what you have to do is let it sit in and then come back and take a couple swats at it. And that's what you're going to want to do, because ultimately you don't want to dig into your ceiling and cause a lot more skimming plaster work, okay? So I really hope that this is beneficial for you, because it was a perfect situation to show you. See that? It's like butter, okay? It's literally just coming right off. And then look, okay, you can hear it. It's a mess. It's a nightmare. And again, you do not want to be gouging, okay? Even over here, after it's all settled in, after I've done a couple passes at it, it's still not that easy. Let me zoom it in for you. Okay, see that right in there? I had to dress that, and I'll come up on it right now and show you. And then you can see me. You see this? Look at that, like butter. See it? Okay. Literally. All the way to the corner. All the way to the corner. It's a nice clean corner. And then you come back and look at this. Right here. See, and that's after I've made a bunch of passes at it. See, and it's kind of turned the paper up. Okay? But that's the only way you'll get it, folks. You're gonna have to deal with it a little bit. All right. See if I could pan back a little bit. You're just gonna have to deal with the situation you've been dealt with, okay? But this is a perfect situation example of explaining the difference between painted acoustic and unpainted. See, I already have this whole area done with the squirt bottle in just a couple of minutes. Versus this other side, you really got to get the painted surface, you really have to get a garden hose on it. Now, if I did a big area, I would have gotten the garden hose even on unpainted, because it'll fall right off. Okay, one more shot here, just to show you folks. Wear all your safety, or take all your safety measures. Wear all your safety garments, goggles and garments. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's a horror story. So you scrape the top off, and then you come back. All right, with some more water. That's all you can do. All right, now, you see I did squirting here. Okay, just to show you. All right, now watch. Unpainted. Okay, unpainted. See the difference? Huge. Okay. Thank you for watching. I hope you can subscribe, disseminate, share the knowledge, share the wisdom. Okay? See? There it is. You can hear it. And that's the difference between unpainted acoustic and painted. So you're going to want to check that before you remove it. but 99% of all the acoustics are not painted. Thank you. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Show me how.